You are looking at a daily chart of the Nasdaq. Today is Tuesday, August 20th, and the Nasdaq fell 60 points today, or 0.33%, in lighter volume, 6% below the average volume. The tape was very slow today. It was sleepy and it was in red all day. And I was thinking towards the end of the day that it might rally and, you know, finish higher, but gosh, it was really seriously like watching paint dry today, and we were hoping that it would paint it black at the end of the day, but it did not. It closed red. But anyway, you're not going to win every day, although we have been recently. The Nasdaq had a winning streak of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then on the ninth day she rested. Totally okay. Just a nothing burger day today. This is going to be a shorter video because there just wasn't a lot going on, to be quite honest. You can see the 10 EMA has rallied through the 21, and the 21 and the 10 are heading due north, and they look like they're just going to pierce the 50 at some point. I'm just concerned about the low of the session today. It was 17,758, which is well above the 21, which is 17,328. So just watching that, keeping that, bearing that in mind as the Nasdaq has started on this new uptrend here with the follow through day on Tuesday of last week, and then another follow through day on Thursday, and then essentially another follow through day on Monday when it was up 1.39%. So a little give backs expected, little profit taking, and that's okay. I'm just going to go through a couple of names today. I'm just going to keep it short. Apple, just resting here, looks a lot like the index, just a V-shaped recovery. It looks fine. Tesla had news today about a little relief on the tariffs in Europe. The made in China Tesla. This thing was flat on the session. Just a real nothing burger. And NVDA, you can see this is forming a nice cup shape pattern. I would say a double bottom base, but whatever. Just handling out here now as it heads into earnings here next week on the 28th. So that's a week from tomorrow. NVIDIA just rested today down 2%, but looks absolutely fine. After a nice run off the lows from $90 up to 130 on Monday, it was due to rest a little bit. All right, I'm going to get into a couple of the earnings names. The electrical contracting manufacturing stock. This is FN Fabrinet. Anyway, it was up by 16% with volume today, a move not to be ignored. Above that old 266.39, made a new high today. Couple of names in the group just didn't follow along. Sanmina pulled back to its 50. I saw a lot of stocks pulling back to the moving averages, and that's what I was just watching for today. On a low volume day, if these stocks would pull back to moving averages and find support. This is Flex in that same electrical contracting manufacturing group. Off the lows there at 26.02, now at 31.50, and allowing the moving averages to catch up. You could see the shorter term moving averages driving through the longer term 50 there. But FN did not have enough horsepower to move the entire group. It just kind of moved itself. JBL is another one in this group. JBL in this one has had a real hard time after making that low at 95.84, still below its 50, and looks terrible, I might add. Palo Alto reported last night, had a muted response last night, and even in this morning, it wasn't doing much, and then all of a sudden it took off here about 10 minutes into the session, 366, then made a new high here around 375. And then just kind of sold off into the close, but still closed at 368.01. A nice 7% move, but you can see it's still consolidating within this base here from the 380 level. It's just a nice big Darvis box, if you will. So it needs to trade above 380, but off to a good start here. This one did have a little bit of juice to carry some of the other names. Zscaler just bumping its head up against the 200 here after making this low. CrowdStrike You know, it's had a nice little rally off the lows here of 200, just a flat session today. CYBR, this one we had on my ready list this week. This one made a new high and then pulled back. Now you can see this action here. Made a new high and then pulled back. Got a little extended from its 10 here. And just acknowledging that it did make that new high. Still trading within that box at 283. Yeah, traded up to 289.50. Just not ready yet. And then Fortinet, this one's really surprising me how it's showing strength. Made another new high today, 76.31, and you can see it's now 6.2% above the 10. So the rising 10. Fortinet looks super strong. Looks better on the weekly chart here. That cup with elongated handles, so Fortinet looks pretty good too. And that's it for that group. I got to get to the home builders. I like the way the home builders are shaping up in this consolidation pattern. Today, just nothing burger, just flat. This is why, today was kind of a wasted day. It's just, if you like to hike, bike, swim, golf, fish, today was your day. Just get away from the screens. There was not a lot going on. Lennar, same thing, just flat on the session, flattening out here. DHI, it's just a flat day. I mean, just all the way around, it was a pretty flat day. SPRY in the drug sector. These guys got this treatment for allergic spray, right? For allergic reactions. This one had a nice move, breakout, made a new high today, then pulled back, closed at 36% of its daily range. AQST kind of in the same space there, and this one's making a move above $4 here. So good for AQST, made a high of 456 today. A recent high, certainly not a 52-week high. That was made back here in March. What else do I have? CPRX, since they reported earnings, it's just been on a juggernaut. You can see the breakout and the move higher. This thing is really showing strength, closed near the highs of the session. Yeah, nice hammer candle, 7.3% above the 10 on the daily. But you can see the breakout here from this consolidation, just moving higher. CPRX looks good. Oh, the monkeypox, these stocks are not monkeying around. They're either up a lot or they're down a lot. EBS down 20% today. SIGA, Sega down only 15%. So as the monkeypox, it's news related. So it's news driven. News comes in, it drives it up, and then no news, or maybe monkeypox isn't what we thought it was, and it goes down. So anyway, Eli Lilly made a new high today, broke out 967 above the old high, 966.10, and then pulled back, close in the middle of its range, 53% of the daily range. They had news on a trial for Alzheimer's or dementia. Lilly's a beast. It's going much higher. This is AstraZeneca, had it on our ready list last week, but little extended, and today made another new high today. This one just continues to show strength. So congrats to the longs at AstraZeneca. I mentioned some of these leading stocks just pulled back. This is TMDX Transmedics, just pulled back to its 10 today. A real quiet day, light volume this week. Just a real nothing burger. That's what you want to see in a pullback. But you need to see it find support and bounce here in the next couple of sessions or next week. What I was afraid of coming into this week was, the market's going to wait for Jerome Powell to speak on from Jackson Hole on Friday. We're going to get a quiet week, but yesterday really exploded higher, and that was encouraging. And today we got what I was expecting, just a real sleepy tape. This is Intuitive Surgical making a new high today. So, new highs on real light volume. This is real summer, dog days of summer, light volume action here. And then LNTH, this one pulled back to its 50. Trying to bounce here. It needs to get through the moving averages here, 0.7% above the 10. So needs a little more significant bounce here, but looks good. This is definitely one that I could have put on the ready list there. Right at about $100. If it gets through 100, I like it a lot better. Some of the software names, Spotify, this one just creeping away from its base here. This is excruciating, taking forever. The pry away from this consolidation pattern. Just can't do it. There you can see it on the weekly here, just a flat base after flat base, just sideways, sideways. I guess you could say, it's near the high of its weekly range, and you can see the earnings line heading north, but this is having a hard time moving higher. That is Spotify, MNDY Monday. They reported last Monday and gapped higher, and now it's just trading at new highs today at 272. So Monday is showing strength. I got to show Netflix. This is a streamer, and just the the base here pattern here, and this one I should have had on my ready list here at 698, and it closed right there. So I could definitely put that one on above 700. Netflix looks pretty darn good. The insurance names, when I'm talking insurance, this is, that's the type of tape it is. Real slow and boring. Brown and Brown, BRO, just surfing its 10, like Kelly Slater, PGR, which is the Progressive Insurance. I believe we had this on our ready list a couple weeks ago, and this thing's making new highs. So congrats to the longs if you held on to that one. I did not buy it. I didn't, it's not my style really. Aflac, the duck, is now making new highs, 105.65 above this old 104. So the insurance stocks are looking pretty good too. And then the retail names, some retail names, SE. I believe I had this one on our ready list this week. I forget. Anyway, breaking out above that old buy point there at 76, or you can see the consolidation and the break above. So SE looks pretty good. Race, which is a automobile manufacturer, making new highs. You can see the breakout last week and just continue to make new highs. I would put that in the retail space because consumers buy automobiles and Ferraris. Not me. I like trucks, but some people like to buy Ferraris. And then Walmart had the big earnings last week, and now it's making new highs. So that looks fantastic. Anyway, that's it for me today. I'll have more stuff in the morning, perhaps a couple new stocks on our ready list. Don't give up on the index. Like I said, it was up, 8 days in a row, and on the 9th day she rested. It's okay. Let it go sideways. Let the moving averages catch up. A couple more sleepy days like today are just fine. And who knows, could make another follow through day and go above 18,000 tomorrow. You never know. But anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching, except for in honor of the great Steve Jobs. I have one more thing, and that is Toll Brothers reported after the close today. I don't know, I didn't read the report, but right there they have a buy point there about 135. So it's trading right around that area. That, I don't know. I'll just have more in the morning on that. Jack Henry, JKHY, they reported down 2%. Lazy Boy, sitting in your recliners watching Netflix. It's down 3% after hours. And then COTY, this is the personal care with the Estee Lauder Elf group. It's essentially flat after hours. I'll have more in the morning. And SQM, this is a chemical company, and I'll have more in the morning on this. Anyway, thank you for watching at mcstockcharts.com. We never give up.